If you trade gold, US dollar pairs, or the indices, this video is especially made for you. We've got some really interesting stuff that came up on the commitment of traders data that I want to share with you guys, and let's jump in right now. Welcome back, guys, to another video. We're taking a look at the markets here, and gold kind of range bound here, but I want to talk a little bit about what could be coming and notably take a look at the COT data because I saw something that I wanted to share with you guys. So again, from a price action standpoint, we have been pretty range bound and struggling to break either direction. You've got 2005, which has been a key level of resistance, and you've got 1980, which has been a level of support. So price action can't seem to find a breakout either direction. And I have a couple things that I want to point out as to why that could be. Now, in terms of fundamentals for a second, let's talk geopolitics, and let's talk, of course, about the dollar. So first of all, geopolitics. Geopolitics, of course, I'm referring to politics. Let me make sure I wrote that right. Geopolitics in reference to the markets are, of course, talking about what's been going on in the Middle East. Any escalations there have caused gold's price to shoot up, and any de-escalations have caused gold's price to come down. Any talks of negotiations, etc. But it does seem pretty clear from what we see happening out there that there is no immediate de-escalation going on. And so I think that that is continuing to be a bullish factor for gold. Okay. But then on the other side, you have the US dollar. And this is where things have really changed for me. The US dollar recently looks to be much more bearish than it was in recent times because Jerome Powell, during his speech last week, sounded pretty dovish, pretty unwilling to want rate hikes to keep going, and again, seemed pretty calm on what has been the driving upward force for the dollar. So if you're somebody who watches USD pairs or gold, this is really meaningful because that weakness in the dollar could actually generate bullishness for gold. So from a price action standpoint, we take a look at where we're at. We're ranging. From a fundamental standpoint, we say, okay, well, we still have a lot of bullish factors here, at least according to what I'm looking at. So how do we play it? Well, if you're very much bullish and don't mind sitting through chop, perhaps you're watching this 1980 area. But if you're really looking for momentum trades, which is what personally I would be interested in, I would like to see another attempt to get back up to these levels at 2004, 2005. And if we're able to break through those levels, that is where we start to look for bullish setups. Okay, so that's a trade setup that I'm watching for this week. But to add clarity to this, I wanted to take a closer look at the commitment of traders data. Now, if you don't have the COT reports, what they allow you to look at is institutional money flow. What are they buying? What are they selling? And today we're especially going to focus on gold and the US dollar. So right now we can see from a positional standpoint, gold is still very much bullish from institutional money, but so is the dollar. So how has that been changed week to week? Well, this is like the current holdings across the board, but this doesn't really show you the latest moves as this generally changes really, really slowly. So this first half is important, the overall positioning, but what I find to be more important is this second column that we have completely built. So we've built this second table from scratch here. And what this does is it allows us to take a look at all sorts of different assets, and we can isolate different components to see where money flow is happening. What are they buying? What are they selling? Well, in the most recent filing, when we take a look at gold specifically, this is what I wanted to point to you guys. We had an increase, a bullish flow into gold on this net change column. This net change column is something that we built to basically isolate the overall flow, bullish or bearish, into or out of a particular asset, commodity, etc. So when we look at gold, we have a bullish flow in the latest filing. But what about with the dollar? Oh, look at this. We have a bearish flow on the US dollar. So if you're somebody who's watching the dollar and gold from that perspective, we have a nice extra confirmation, and that is why on the overall scoring algorithm, we're starting to get bullish readings for gold. If you're somebody who uses the Edge Finder, you can always check the top setups page to get the algorithm's outputs. And we see right now, for the first time in a while, gold is popping up on the chart as a bullish indication of price. So we'll be watching gold for that breakout. Like I said, now that we have the fundamentals and sentiment lined up, I'll be looking for this breakout if it does occur for possible long setups. And by the way, I should let you guys know that we are doing Black Friday all month long right now. And if you would like access to the Edge Finder, which gets you access to our top setups algorithm, as well as the commitment of traders data and many other tools and resources, then click the link down below in the description to have a chat message conversation with someone from my staff who will get you that extra 45% off discount. You can see it's right on the screen right there, 45% off right now. If you use that link and chat with us today, you'll get access to that massive Black Friday discount to get access to some really powerful tools that we've been building for the last year and a half. So if you'd like a copy for the best price of the year, do not hesitate. It's free to message us and ask us more details. We'd be happy to give those to you, but we do like to have personal conversations with people who pick up our software to make sure it's the right fit for you. So please feel free to message in and we'll give you that discount code. We'll give you that information. And again, it's 45% off if you shoot us a message right now. So that's the gold side of the equation. I also want to take a look at the dollar index to see where things are going from here. So we broke out of this range that we were stuck in last week. So here is the daily chart. And you can see pretty clearly that we were pretty choppy back and forth until Friday came along, and this was NFP. So NFP came along and totally disrupted the choppiness that was the US dollar. And now as we start to pull back, I think this could actually be a bearish opportunity on the dollar index, something that I'm going to be watching for myself as I do have the interest in possibly going short US dollar. So where do I think the dollar index is going? Well, I've got it marked in green here. This is our key level of support here. If we look left, I think we may be due for a pullback. It's probably due for one after we've had this big drop off. But the next leg lower, in my opinion, could be a move down to 104.6. Is that a certainty? No. Trading does not involve certainties. Trading is all about probabilities and stacking data and odds in your favor. So that is, of course, why we use tools. When you see me making these videos, I'm not just purely looking at technical price action. I'm using resources, insights, data, the Edge Finder to build a more confirmed bias in the markets. So I do like the dollar index on the short side. And so when we take a look at some individual currency pairs like the Euro USD, I do think that, you may get a pullback here. It's probably due for one, but if it does pull back, there could be some bullish opportunity to continue to be bearish on the dollar after its big sell-off on Friday's price action. So I like the Euro USD perhaps on the long side. Pound USD, same thing. We had a nice little breakout here. Could be due for a bit of a pullback after that break, and we'll watch for that on the 4-hour chart for possible entries. Last thing I will say is if you're not already inside of our Discord channel, you can actually get notifications whenever we take a trade. So for example, I'm currently in an S&P 500 trade, and Frank is trading stuff as well. If you don't know Frank, he's my trading partner. We've been trading together for many years, and we share all of our trades and insights inside of the Discord group. If you would like access to that for our 45% off discount sale, I know lots of plugs today, but please take advantage. Every year we get people who miss the Black Friday sale and we can't give them that offer. So if you would like access to that 45% off discount, shoot us a direct message using the link that's in the chat or in the description down below, and you can have a chat message conversation with a team member. So finally, we'll take a look at the trade that I mentioned. So I am in this trade inside of our VIP group. This is the S&P 500 position that I took after we broke out of this downward channel. I liked the idea of getting long, waited for that pullback, and we caught a massive runner with the stop loss now trailed into profit. Now, if you're somebody who's watching the indices, I do want to make this point. We're at a level of resistance, and I very much think it is possible that we could see some pullback to go find new buyers in this market. It's possible we see a little bit of profit taking come in, and I'm not afraid to hold on to this trade as long as the market does not break this area of support that we formed. So I've got my stop loss trailed. I know what I'm going to do. If this market completely falls apart, I'll take a profit. And if this market is able to rebound nicely and continue, especially if we get this breakout, I'll continue to hold on to this trade. So again, like I said, I've got a $9,100 profit. This has been a ginormous trade for me. And I do want to try and hold it longer, but I've got to see price break out of this resistance point to keep me in the trade. Otherwise, I will stop out. And like I said, this trade was shared inside of our Discord channel with full breakdowns, analysis. If that's something that would be beneficial to you, don't hesitate. Like I said, it's your best chance of the year to get access for a super discounted rate. So with that said, guys, I hope this was helpful to you and giving you a little bit of my game plan right now, what I'm trading, what I'm looking out for. And with that said, we'll see you next time. If you're looking to improve as a trader, we've got some cool free resources here that I wanted to share as we close today's video. Down below in the description, there is a link to join our Discord channel or our Telegram channel. And we also have our website, a1trading.com, where traders can get access to free course material to help you improve as a trader. Remember, we are also live Monday through Friday on this channel around 9:30 a.m. US Eastern, broadcasting most live news events and that sort of thing. So hope to see you there. And also, we do have a couple videos here showing up on the screen. If either of these seems like it might be helpful to you, then make sure to click here or here, and we'll see you there.